Breaking news: EFCC grills Tunde Fashola over corruption, demands minister's asset documents from CCB. My people, is happening. You all know where this is coming from. So anybody associated with Fashola, with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, such as Fashola, the present governor, and the rest of them, will all be investigated. In fact, we all know that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is under serious investigation. So since Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's documents and whatever was, got missing, got wings, like, yeah, real wings, like birds' wings, and flew away out of CCB vaults, they are now putting eyes on anybody or anyone who is related and connected to Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. Anyone who will aid him, support him in any way, are now the ones, such people. One of such persons is currently Shiwaju, very own boy, Tunde Fashola. My dear, it's happening. Oh, it's really happening. It's really happening. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe if this is your first time. God bless you. Babatunde Fashola, a top tie member of President Muhammadu Buhari's cabinet, has been interrogated by the EFCC over corruption practices tied to his questionable assets declaration and ongoing probe of the Babatunde dynasty. The disgraced former chairman of the FIRS, two senior anti-grift detectives, have told People Glacier. Officials familiar with the words Minister Odile told the People's Glacier he was called on in for questioning after detectives were tipped off about his involvement with Mr. Farouz looting during his days as the head of Lagos Inland Revenue Service and most recently uh, eh, the ROI anybody connected with Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu is also. So where did they get the tip off? Who God gave them the tip off? The EFCC also wrote to the Code of Conduct Bureau asking the former Lagos State governor to declare his assets document in order to further establish another phase of investigation. According to the letter obtained by the Glacier, the People's Glacier first published the letter earlier this month in a report about the ongoing corruption probe of Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, but covered Mr. Fashola's name in order to allow enough time to cross-check why his assets files were being requested by the EFCC. Mr. Fashola strongly denies all charges of corruption as presented to him by the EFCC, urging officials to ensure a thorough investigation of the matter before dragging his name into any such thing. There was no immediate indication that Mr. Fashola, whose career in politics has flourished for 2 decades without any prosecution of grift or theft, will be arraigned for corruption anytime soon. Officers said, but flagging him off as a potential target for charges on the score raging concerns over what appears to be a deliberate targeting of the Southwest politicians ahead of 2023 presidential ambition, especially with currently what is going on with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, all his boys being interrogated. Mr. Fashola visits to the EFCC towards the end of 2020 has been kept entirely secret until now. Even then, little had been uncovered about the overall nature of the investigation and specifics of the works of the ministers, which has been kept quiet. But the main summary of a top administration officer who handled a key ministerial position prompt suspicious activities. Anti-grief officials has claimed that the cabal are presently on ground to investigate Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and any of his boys connected or related to him, all ahead of 2023 presidential ambition, to ensure that they have no strength left for them with APC to go ahead and contest for presidency. It was also signed and raised that the influence of Abubakar Malami, the president has the current Attorney General the president is using to ensure that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu is smoked out of his hiding. Is hatching a plot to raise a memo to ensure that Southwest politicians are crippled to the ground so that the North can still produce the next president come 2023. Is making all efforts to make the North, the Southwest or Southeast seem as criminals with current events of what is going on in the country. There is one of the EFCC, there is no one at the EFCC now that does not realize that the AGF is in charge of all that is currently on ground. Although asked what is his concern with Asiwaju Bola Tinubu's court case, he said he has no interest with regards to the matter. Already, Mr. Malami has blamed the EFCC for the ongoing corruption investigation on how Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu's documents got missing, as has given them a mandate to make sure it is fished out. Because without those documents, they cannot probe him any further. Nigerian Attorney General Abubakar Malami, Attorney General of the Federation, has gone on to say to the nation's Guardian that he denies being involved in the EFCC current probe of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and all that is related or concerns to him or any of his boys at that matter. Following the Glacier report, Mr. Tinubu was under investigation by Malami, disguised under the EFCC and CCB to probe the former Lagos State governor. The EFCC and Conduct Bureau are all statutory bodies that are vast with statutory power to ensure that they bring the full route of the law on anyone who is not complying. This is the current tool being used by the current Attorney General of the Federation on Ahmed Bola Tinubu. 2 weeks ago, both Mr. Fashola and his spokesman declined comment to the Glacier about the story unfolding with regards to anti-grift and corruption charges being charged on him, as his assets had been asked to be probed and investigated on how he got his current assets. So you see, when the going was good, Tinubu was one of the people who told Buhari, put my boys as one of the whatever. And before you know it, from Lagos State governor, he became what he is today. He's presently now a minister. But even as a minister, they have put the searchlight on him because they have to deal with Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu and all that is related to him. So currently, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu is not the only one under investigation. Himself and all his boys are going in for corruption charges. You can see that there is more to it than beneath the eyes. They are not the only thieves, but one will wonder why is the torchlight on them and nobody's saying anything. Very soon, maybe to get to the vice president, we know that the vice president is also one of Tinubu's people, although both of them are not in very good terms. Now, I don't know about that. I can't talk for thoroughly giving the full details, but all is not too well. Leave us a comment. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe if this is your first time. God bless you. Bye for now.